Last weekend, I gave up my entire Saturday to go to a wedding. And we all know the drill. You turn up at the church, the usher will ask bride or groom, and my reply is usually whichever side has got less fucking people on it. Endlessly sitting down and standing up, trying to remember a hymn which you last sung in childhood. So for me, it was trying to recall how a tune goes that I last sung in 1986. Then there'll be a reading by someone you don't know, they're a friend or a relative of the bride or groom, but it makes no impact on your life whatsoever. And then it's off to the reception where the misery really sets in. When you arrive at the venue, the first thing you'll do is rush over to stare desperately at the seating plan, to see who the strangers are, who you will never see nor hear from again, that you're going to be forced to spend the entire sodding afternoon with. And just to top it off, at this wedding, I know there's going to be a load of musicians there. And we all know what self-obsessed, egotistical wankers they are. And I can say that because I'm one. After the meal comes the speeches, which are supposed to be funny, but they're usually littered with in-jokes, which only the people at the top table will understand. And by the time the best man has finished his anecdote about the time the groom thought he'd caught AIDS from a transgender prostitute, you'll seriously be considering taking your own life. Once you get to the evening, that's when the disco begins. But these days, all the disc jockey does is press play on his laptop and then tries to work out which of the bridesmaids is drunk enough to suck him off in the disabled toilets, whilst everyone else dances awkwardly whilst trying not to make eye contact with that one dickhead who thinks he's John Travolta in Saturday Night Fever. At some point in the evening, the buffet will be presented, consisting entirely of the crap the catering company couldn't sell earlier in the week. Stale sausage rolls and Scotch eggs, laced with botulism and salmonella, whilst we all wait for that one screamy vegan to announce there's literally nothing I can eat here. And by the end of the night, there are two distinct groups of people. There are those who are on top of the world having a whale of a time because they are utterly shit-faced. And then there's people like me who have to fucking drive. And on that drive home, you may contemplate how long it will be before the cliche of the happiest man and woman in the world are getting fucking divorced. However, the wedding which Mrs. Disgruntled and I attended was nothing like that, because even in these dark times in which we're living, it was wonderful to go to the wedding of two of the nicest people I know. Before COVID struck, I would regularly go and see an acoustic duo called Scribble Victory. And Jamie, who was the groom, and Tom, his best man, are two of the best blokes you could hope to meet. And I think it was back at Jamie's 30th birthday party that he first introduced me to his girlfriend Rosie, who would go on to be his wife. And I have the same thought now that I had then. Fuck, is he punching above his weight? Also, the seating plan worked really well for us as well, because Mrs. Disgruntled and I were sharing a table with two guys from a band called the Fine Arts Society and their partners, and another couple who I didn't know. But within about an hour and a half, the husband and I were discussing vasectomies and wanking. So there was that. That's almost the end of this video. Once it's over, please go and check out Scribble Victory on YouTube. You won't be disappointed. To the bride and groom, thanks for inviting the Irish one and I to your special day. We wish you every happiness. And Rosie, Jamie and Tom, love you guys. Everyone else, thanks for watching.